believe what Tia told me.
You already know what it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's your girl, Tia Taylorrr, the one, not the two. That's for sure. And I'm back with another one. It is episode 6. Where have I been? I know everybody's been wondering, where have I been? I've been all over and under the city of Toronto, child. I've been everywhere and everywhere. I've been to a few different events today. We got a few different topics. We got about six topics. I want to say 6. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. I'm tired. It's been a long ass week. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at my producer because I've been trying to work, but he's been overbooked and too fucking busy for me. Obviously, I am the baby of the network, but anyways, if y'all got a problem, page Vegas, bro. Tell him that Tia needs to be working, and when we slow down, it slows down my momentum and it me up. But anyways, I need to stop swearing because my grandma's watching and I told her I would stop swearing. I'm sorry, Nana. I'm so sorry. So the topics today are Caribana. We got Kraff at Rebel and the boat party that I went on. That was fun. Day Rave. Maybe I'll cover that. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. We did Day Rave. Barbie's Playground. And the Bounty Killa concert. Which was actually really lit and very historical event. If you weren't there, you flop. I'm gonna know if I tell you. But and last but not least, I do want to talk about Jahvai. Something that seems to have rocked our whole city. I think that we all felt that one. And I do want to talk about it. I think it's time to address it. Or at least for me, I haven't said anything this entire time, but it's time Tia done told you guys something, because yeah. So let's start at the top. Caribana. Oh my gosh. My Caribana experience. This year, I had media passes. Shout out to Toronto Carnival. Again, shout out to Deja, who gave me the passes. It made life so much easier for me when I got to Caribana. Like, the walk that people had to do to get anywhere. Just walk up to people and say, Simia, and they just let me in. Like, I love that. I love VIP treatment. So shout out to Toronto Carnival for that one. I took so many pictures. I met so many people, had great interviews, great conversation, and overall a great time. But the craziest thing happened. Literally, I got there, I did a couple of interviews, and shout out to DJ Big Bigs. Shout out to DJ Big Bigs, who was my cameraman for the day. Great content we got, and you know what? She's just overall great energy, a great DJ, a great person. So shout out to DJ Big Bigs. I did get to interview her at the very end, and I will feature that.
Ready, loaded, it's your girl Tia Taylorrr, and I'm here with
DJ Big Bigs.
Big Bigs. You know, here partying live. Carnival's burning. Party is burning. We're having fun.
Outside.
Outside. We're doing project. Find Tia Taylor's phone. Y'all, I lost my phone. Help me find my phone. phone. Anyways, let me ask Vince some questions.
Yeah.
Let's get started. What country has the best food?
No, Jamaica.
She's rapping hard.
Outside, all day, every day. You know, all the represent from the island. Yeah.
And what country has the best looking women?
Boy, the one that kind of hard, you know, car.
As a gallon.
Yeah, I mean, I've been around the continent then. But anyways, I get to Jamaican, cause you know, I love my Jamaican woman them, so. Yeah, right true.
Right true. And last question. That being said, what country has the best men over? Which girl give you the wickedest wine for banner?
Alright. Yeah, I know a lot of people that know me is gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, yeah. The new bigs are gonna say that, but yo, big up my Barbadian. The beer jars, but now the line don't know for walk up. Raw souls.
You guys already know what it is. We're locked in. We're outside. Representing. We got bigs behind the camera. You already know. And we're having fun.
Yeah, right there.
Tune in. You want to shout out anybody?
Yo, shout out Tia told me. I've been on over there all day as the cameraman, and it's beer vibes, not gonna lie. Meet a lot of new people, seen a lot of new faces, all six together them outside, you know, it's a vibe, yeah, so. And yeah, I'd like to shout out all my Jamaican them, you know, cause yesterday was Emancipation Day, so that is it, right?
That is it.
Yeah.
Let's get into it. So I got to Caribana. We did a couple of interviews. We got over into the crowd. As soon as I got down there, we got over to the fence. They let us in. So we joined the parade. You know, I'm not a stormer. I had my passes. It was lit. And right off the bat, we met some sexy Americans. Child. And it's so funny because I took a snap with them and literally I lost my phone. So we walked into the crowd. We were walking. I seen a 1-2 people. I'm dancing. I'm having fun. We're getting footage. And then I'm like, yo, Biggs, I can't find my phone. And it was in my pocket. But I don't know. I think I bent over and shook my ass a little too much. And at that point, I lost it. And for a little bit, for like at least a good 20-30 minutes, I tried to look for it. I lost my lotion too, but I found my lotion, which was weird. Like I walked back to where I was and I found my lotion, but I couldn't find my phone. So obviously in the back of my head, I'm like, somebody picked it up. But we'll get into that after. So I lost my phone and then it became interviews and Operation Find Tia's phone because I'm using Biggs's phone to try to locate my phone and there's no cell service. Anybody that's been to Caribana, anybody that has played Mass knows that Caribana Day downtown by the lake, no cell service. Like you're done. You're lucky if you can get a phone call in, but data, you're wrapped. It's a wrap. So I lost my phone, could not find my phone, trying to use Biggs's phone, can't get no connection for like a good 30 minutes. I was bummed out. Like I was just like really? Like, of course this would happen to me. Mind you, I have my camera, I have my tripod, I have chargers, I have like bare stuff in this bag. And out of everything I could lose, I lost my phone. Like, what kind of, I'm like, when I say salt, yo. So anyways, I lost my phone, walking up and down, kind of pissed off for a little bit. And then I was like, you know what? I came here to work. So naturally, I just got back into my zone. Like, you know what? I'm going to work. I'm not going to let this throw me off my pivot. I'm not going to let this ruin my day. I said I came here to do something and I'm going to do what it is that I came here to do. And I trust and believe God will get my phone back to me. Like, that's all I really kept saying to myself is that God will return my phone to me. And like, really, who steals iPhones these days? That's what you would think, right? Anyways. So the day goes on. We got some cool interviews. I met some really cool people. Shout out to the people that agreed to do the interviews, people that were coming over to me, people that were asking to take pictures with me, people that are asking me to interview them. Shout out to the man that stopped that you don't know. It was so much love. I seen Glow, I seen Trips, I seen people from all over. Shout out to everyone that stopped and did an interview with me out of love and out of the simple fact that you guys are supporting me. And, you know, I rate everybody that has been supporting me, been asking me, you know, about the episode. I know so many of you guys want to come on the show. And honestly, I wish I could have you guys all on the show. I wish I could have a conversation with everyone. And maybe I will. Maybe that will be a segment like this is. But so far, right now, for Tia Told Me, I'm focusing on Caribbean, Afro, and Latino people, music artists, and business owners as well. Like business owners, it doesn't matter. But so far, like that's what I'm doing. I'm focused on, for music, Afro, Latino, Caribbean. If you fall into those diasporas, then for sure we can work. But if you're just rapping or whatever, holla at the Mandem Show. Shout out to Gutsy, shout out to Vegas. They're hip hop, they're R&B, they're more into that. So, you know, I'm using my platform to do different things, and look out for the next episode. And I got a special interview coming up this weekend too. So 2 actually, I'm supposed to do 2 special interviews this weekend. But anyway, so yeah, I lost my phone. I'm walking all up and down trying to find the phone, but we're working, we're getting things done. Honestly, I'm debating on telling you guys a story, but it's like so long and stretched out, and it's actually kind of funny. Maybe not. I don't even want to. Actually, no, I'm not going to tell you guys the story because I'm not even giving low vibrational people the energy right now. So yeah, moving on. Then now, we get to the end of Mass, I guess. We were there for a couple of hours. Well, got to the end of Mass, and I have to say the littest band, in my opinion, not the band, the littest float was Toronto Carnival. Honey, they had the place ton up. They're running beer dance hall. We had the LTL guys on the truck. We had girls. We had the bad girls of the 6 on the truck. We had Destiny. We had everybody on the truck. It was a good time, honey. When I got to the end, my camera was dead at that point. Like, I was so pissed. My camera was dead. It was a good time, though. Like, it was a crowd. But hear what? Y'all got to stop fighting everywhere y'all go. Like, if you know you cannot hold your liquor and you're an angry drunk, do not go to places where people are trying to have fun. And beyond that, like, be realistic. Like, you don't need to do that. Like, you're ruining the fun and you're scaring the, you know what I'm saying? You're scaring the, and we don't like that. So if you know you're a drunk, a messy drunk, just stay home, man. Them. And girls too. Like, I'm not with that. Oh, I seen DJ Czar at Caribana. That was funny because I seen Czar and then they were playing a song and I just decided to just bend over and give Czar a little wine because, you know, Czar's cute for a little Spanish white boy. I'm not sure what race Czar is, you know. I'm not sure what race Czar is, but I mean, you know, I'll ask him. But I decided to give Czar a little bubble. And then he told me that he was on a mission to get 100 bubbles. Like, yo, I don't know why that man he was with set the bar so high for him because 100 bubbles just wasn't going to happen. But I was Czar's first bubble. So shout out to DJ Czar. You were my first bubble of Caribana and I was happy to be yours. So shout out to you. But yeah, and he's a funny guy. You guys go follow Czar. Go click in. Like, I'm going to tap him in right here. Y'all go follow Czar. He's such a good time. Great photographer, videographer, great personality, overall fun person. The Toronto Carnival, they were throwing tickets off of the truck. The girls were brocking out. They were running tune. The only thing that was upsetting is that the DJ had to keep stopping because people were either A, trying to climb on the truck or B, fighting. Like, I don't understand the youth of today. They don't know how to go anywhere and behave themselves. I don't know. But that happened. So that was my Caribana rap. But it doesn't end there. So I get home now. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I get home. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just give it one last try. I pull out my laptop. And I'm looking on Find My. And I see my phone pings. And it's telling me my phone's at Markham and Shepherd. And I'm like, Markham and Shepherd? What are the chances that someone took my phone from Lakeshore Avenue and brought it all the way to Scarborough? I'm like, what the frig? Then I seen it ping again and it was at Brimley and Shepherd. And I look and I zoom in and I'm like, of course this person's at Perfect's Restaurant. Of course. Shout out to Perfect's Restaurant. 24 hours. Great spot in Scarborough. Consistent food. Honestly, don't drink the corn soup if you're not ready for that. That'll bind up your belly. But shout out to Perfect's Restaurant. But anyways, so I'm on the phone with my cousin and I'm freaking out. I'm like, yo, I'm on my laptop with my cousin, actually, talking to her and her friend on Snapchat on my laptop. Shout out to Snapchat for that. And I'm like, yo, I'm trying to call an Uber because I'm like, I'm going to Perfect's. Like, I'm going to track my phone. Something. And I'm like, yo, I need to get to Perfect's. I'm trying to call an Uber on my laptop and it's not working. And then I'm like, why can't I call an Uber on my laptop? And then I'm like, oh, I'm so dumb. It's a mobile app. So then they end up sending me an Uber. Shout out to the girls for that. They end up sending me an Uber. I get over there. Oh, wait, I get in the Uber. I get in the Uber and I'm like to the Uber man, like, yo, it's a black guy. Shout out to him. I'm like, yo, sir, we got to go. Like, I'm in a rush. I need to get to Perfect's. And he's like, why? And I'm like, I lost my phone. And I just checked and my phone, somebody has my phone. They're at Perfect's Restaurant. And everybody knows if you go to Perfect's, you're going to wait a little while for the food. And then you got to eat the food. And then you got to let it digest a little bit because that's niggeritis starts about 10 minutes after the food hits your stomach. So you got to give yourself some time. You know what I'm saying? So, he's just like, oh, say word, you lost your phone. Shout out to my Uber driver. The man said this happened to him before. He's like, how do you plan to get back your phone? I'm like, I'm just going to ask for it nicely. He's like, well, the last time this happened to my friend, we pulled up looking for the phone and he ended up in a fight. And he was like, you know, do you want me to come with you? Like, do you want me to go inside with you? Do you want me to ask people with you? Like, I'll stay. And shout out to him. Like, he was so real, but I was like so determined. I was like, nah, it's good. I'm good. Like, I don't need backup. I'll get my phone. Trust and believe. So I pull up in the parking lot. He speeds over there. That's I'm not saying his name, but he gets me over there literally in the nick of time. I pull up in the parking lot and there's like people in their cars getting ready to leave. So I start walking around with my laptop in my hand. I'm like, I can see my phone still here, honey. I'm like, asking people like, did anyone find a missing phone today at Carnival? Did anyone find a missing phone at Bana? They're like, no. And I'm like, okay, either someone's lying or they genuinely just never found my phone. One guy almost got me. He's like, yeah, I did. And then he was like, I'm just joking. And I was so pissed. Like in the heat of that moment, like, sir, does it look like the time? I have my laptop in my hand. Like, does it seem like the time to be running jokes? I'm very serious. And then I look inside the restaurant and I see a group of, I want to say like hood man sitting at the table. So I'm like, I don't know if they were down there. Like, they don't really look like the type to be finding phones and be picking up people's things, but it doesn't hurt to ask. So I go inside the restaurant and I'm like to them, I see them, I'm like, yo, did any of you guys find a phone today? Because I'm tracking it. I can see my phone's here and you guys are the only people left in the restaurant. And they were like, honestly, no, we didn't. But a group of people just left. Like, they literally just left. So I was like, you know what? Cool. Thank you. I ended up going back outside in the parking lot. But before I went outside, I was like, please, God, let me find this phone. Because honestly, the only reason why I was running down the phone is I didn't back it up. And everybody knows when you don't back up your phone, it's gone. It's gone, bro. It's gone. And I just didn't feel like starting over. I just did not feel like starting over. And all my passwords and everything is saved to my phone. And my laptop, I guess. But like, essentially, my phone is like, it's my life. Like, I don't care. I love my phone. I don't always be on it, but it's my source of information, my communication. It's my everything right now. So yeah, I was pissed. So anyways, I walk outside. I'm just like, please, God, let me find the phone. Like, please, God, if I ever did anything wrong, like, please, like in this moment, just don't let this spite me. So I walk outside and I see a van sitting in the middle of the parking lot. Like, people are getting in it, getting ready to go. And I look and I see on the man's wrist that he has like the Carnival wristbands. So I was like, you know what? That doesn't hurt to ask. Let me go over and ask them. So I was like, hey, like literally they're about to get in the car and cut. I'm like, hey. They stopped the car. And I'm like, were you guys at Carnival today? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, okay, like, did anyone find a phone? And the driver turns to me now and goes, yeah, why? So I'm like, well, I lost my phone and I tracked it here. He's like, how do you know it's your phone? I'm like, I can see that it's here for one, and two, I can put the password in. Like, so he's like, oh, I found a bunch of phones today. I said, huh? The man said, yes, he all found Apple Watch. I said, huh? The man starts looking, and then he goes in the car door and pulls out, I kid you not, like 4 or 5 iPhones. And amongst 4 or 5 iPhones, of course, there's my phone. I'm like, give me that. Like, I was so mad but happy at the same time. Shout out to that Trini man. The man was like, oh, lucky thing you caught me. Shout out to him. But imagine this. My phone was about to be in a barrel. My phone would have gone in a barrel. The man's like, how would you have gotten your phone? I'm going back to Trinidad. I said, with my things? The man said, yes, he's going back to Trinidad and talking about how every year he comes up here for Caribana and he finds a bunch of phones. People, if your phone's gone, if you lost your phone at Bana, if you lost an Apple Watch, I'm sad to tell you now, it's in Trinidad. You're not getting it back. It's gone. I luckily got my phone back, but I couldn't save everybody's, unfortunately. So I was just happy. Shout out to the Trini man. What are the chances? I'm telling you, God does not play about me. Because what are the chances that it was in Scarborough? Like, it could have been anywhere. It could have been Saga, Brampton. It could have been downtown on Lakeshore still. No, the man brought it to Perfect's Restaurant. So shout out to Perfect's Restaurant, another Toronto, Scarborough hub, another Scarborough hub, like Spade and Fusion. Because you can always count on them to be open, child. But okay, let's move on. That was my Caribana rap. And yeah, like I said, I had great interviews. So shout out to everyone that did an interview with me. I will be dropping some clips, maybe. We'll see, leading up to or during this week. But the interviews will be posted up here in the back as per normal. Again, shout out DJ Big Big. Shout out to everyone that I stopped and I spoke with, the people that followed me, the people that are supporting and showing love, the people that, have been watching and paying attention. And when they see me, they came up to me and were like, yeah, I really rate what you're doing and keep working. I love that. I love it. I need that, I need to know that what I'm doing is making some sort of a difference. Even if it's not a big wave yet, it's going to be big. Trust and believe, because that's a code. But moving on, what did I do after Bana? So the day after Bana, I found my phone, thank God, because I went to Kraff at Rebel. Honey, after Bana, when I say if I was tired after Bana, bro, after Kraff, I was finished. Because the walking to get to Rebel, my high heel boots, my feet were hurting for like 3 days straight. But let's start at the top. So Kraff at Rebel, the tickets were probably like, I think I paid like what, $50? It was cheap. I'm not gonna complain about that. But the walk, so down on like Cherry Street, before you even get to Cherry Street, that little bridge that you use to get over there, traffic was so crazy. I don't know how many other events they had going on in the area at that time, but honey, traffic was so crazy to the point where my Uber literally had to reverse and go like the long way around, and then I still had to get out and walk. And I was supposed to meet my friend too, so it was so much. I don't know how she did it, but we were walking in our heels when we finally got to Rebel. Thank God. Listen, stop asking me. Listen, if you guys see me pulling up somewhere late, I'm not late. I'm on time. Okay? I move on God's time. I just want to say that now. I move on God's time. So I'm not late. I got to Rebel probably at like 7. Good time for me. I don't have to wait in no lines. I don't got to fight with no people. I don't got to push up with nobody to get in. Everybody done found their place. All I got to do is arrive. I love that. I love that for me. So when I got to Rebel, I had to find my cousin. Her dumb ass is directing me all over the place, child. And she's not even where she directed me to. But shout out to you. You know, I love you, girl. That's my evil. Nana, I'm sorry. But that's my evil twin. So shout out to my cuz. We got to the booth. I didn't even go in the booth, to be honest. I just stood up outside the booth because, it was just too ram. But right where we were, I had like a clear view of the stage. So when Kraff came out, like, we had a good time, honey. We were, he performed Miss Pretty Rockstar. I love that song. I love that song. I love Miss Pretty Rockstar. Sorry, not sorry. He performed a lot of his catalog, and honestly, he has great stage presence. I'll give him that. He is really small. I wasn't expecting him to be that pinch, but the energy and the ego and the personality is larger than life. So I guess that makes up for him. And he was wearing a heel boots, the boot did tixa. So I don't even know what his real height is, but he came out in like a fur. And I don't know what it is with the Jamaicans and wearing furs in hot places, but John knows I couldn't do it. The man came out in a bear fur with a backpack, like a turtle shell or something, and a black outfit. And the man saying, rip the stage, mash it up. He was performing. He was all over. He has good stage presence. He was covering the entire stage. He even tried to stage, what do you call it? Crowd surf. The man even tried to crowd surf, but his security were not having it. They just brought his little ass back up on the stage because where are you going, sir? But honestly, great stage presence. And he even came out with a live guitarist, which I thought was really cool and different because we don't see a lot of artists doing live band anymore. But I think that we should. We need to see more artists doing live bands. Like, I love it. I think that if you can perform with a live band and really own the stage, it sets a whole new bar for you versus just playing beats and auto-tune and 808s or whatever, So yeah, shout out to Kraff for that. Great stage presence. And then he went to if I had a long week, I don't even want to know what he did because he went to Aquario after that. I think the next day or something like that, he was at Aquario and he turned that up and that looked like a good time, but I just wasn't in the mood to go because, child, how many times can I see the same person in 1 week? So anyways, shout out to Kraff and his team that came down. Shout out to Kara. What else happened? Oh, then we left Kraff and I ended up on a boat. My cousin said he got a boat. We ended up on that boat, child, turning up 2 boats. Not even 1 boat, 2 boats. I was in Toronto turning up another notch. I was having a time, honey. Shout out to the boat people that just overall made sure we were safe. We had a good time. We bought a bunch of stuff before we went there. Shout out to the Rabba guy because honestly, we went in there and tore that shit up. We bought almost 1 or 2 of everything in Rabba. That day we got fruit, chips, candy, juice, cups, cigarettes. I mean, juice, candy, everything you could think of. We got that on that boat, and we had some baddies on the boat. Shout out to everybody that was on that boat. We had a good time. So I ended off the concert going on straight to the boat. It was such a good time. And then I went home, and I got home at I want to say literally the next day. I got home at 11 a.m. That was another story after that. I'm going to get into that, child. But anyways, then that was the Sunday. So Monday now. Heaven sees and knows. I don't know how I end up places sometimes. If you guys see me somewhere, sometimes I don't even know how I got there. I just am here. I'm just there enjoying the moment. So Sunday, that was a Sunday. Now Monday rolls around. God sees and knows I was out of it. I wanted to go to Rib Fest, but I didn't have the energy to do that. And I was just, my feet hurt. Everything hurt. My ears hurt. My head hurt. My eyes hurt. Everything just hurt. And shout out to my friends that got me out of bed and dragged me down to Day Rave. I believe that's a Lady Hilly event. It was a good time. She had a good turnout. When I say crowd and people, when I say people, honestly, there was so many people there and the stage was so big. I thought there was going to be a performance, but there was no performance. So, well, they did have a performance because they had a twerk contest. Shout out my girl Carolina. Shout out Toby and the other people that were up there twerking. Speaking of Toby, does she have a handler? Is there somebody that is supposed to be supervising her and taking care of her? Because I don't want to say people are taking advantage of her because she seems to enjoy what she does. And she seems to be having fun, but are they laughing with her or laughing at her? I don't know. It's almost like a mockery. I don't know. I don't like it. Something about it, I don't like it. Shout out to Toby. She's a good dancer. She looks like she comes out and she does her own hair. She takes care of herself. Toby, a hot girl, and Toby's a top girl and come on her bicycle and I ride in at the dance. And shout out to Toby because she's not drinking and driving like some of you idiots. She's coming there the safe way, so don't watch her and judge and worry about how she's getting there or how she's getting home. Toby will come on her bicycle, on her bus, any which way for reach. And she come and she have a good time and she go her yard. And she don't cause no drama. But I am concerned because I feel like sometimes people are taking advantage of Toby or using her to kind of, I don't know. But if it's all up from the heart and if it's genuine, then I'm with that. If it's not genuine, if it's disingenuous, then I'm not with that. What else happened? But crowd, Miss Crowd. Shout out to Lady Hilly. She gave out $1,000 that night. So her door must have did real good. Miss people. I enjoyed the setup. I liked how they had it set up. I just didn't understand the split down the middle. I guess they did that for her to walk in, but it kind of just creates a weird rift in the party. I don't know. Whatever. But her entrance was cool. She came out in a silver outfit dressed like the Tin Man. She did shine up. And she did have on some things upon her and a bling, bling, bling. And then I think they said her and one of the DJ or one of the MCs got into it. You say he called her a sexy granny. I don't know. But I don't know how it goes. But let me not be mixed up, but the man said he didn't say that. He didn't say that from what I understand. Somebody asked him to say that and they weren't even talking about her. One piece of commotion, my love. But anyways, big up the sexy grannies. Sexy grannies. Big up the sexy grannies that are outside and know so them look good. Them take care of themselves. Them well hot. Yeah, big up yourself because I aim to be like that when I get up there in age. I hope I'm a sexy granny. Fuck. Oh yeah, like I said, they had a twerk contest. Shout out to Carolina. The girls are up there mashing it up. My friend was up there winding up herself and having a good time. I wasn't in the mood. I swear to you, it was so many people there and I was so hot. And then from the last 2 days of just drinking and being too lit, I was in the place and I'm a funny person. If you know me, I barely drink. I'm in the place. I think I had one drink and I just started looking around and I was like, no, sir, it's either the ground is moving or I'm about to pass out. So I just had to go take myself back to where I was standing up. Shout out to Barbie Doll because I was over there with Barbie Doll. I seen a lot of good people that I knew at the party. And yes, It was a good time. Speaking of Barbie Dolly, shout out to Barbie Dolly. Like I said, I have so much love for her and her daughters and her family. Shout out to, I know Barbie from my ends. I know enough people know Barbie from the West, but I know Barbie from my ends over in Scarborough. She does a lot of big events. She does Victoria's Secret every year, and she does Barbie's Playground every year. So this year I did have the chance of stopping at Barbie's Playground for the very first time. From what I know, it's always been a good turnout. It's always been a good time from what I've heard from other people. This year was a good turnout. Unfortunately, the venue was just very, very big. The venue was too big, but it was a good turnout. I wish more people in the dance hall would stop bad-minding Barbie and just come out and support, or just stop bad-minding each other overall and just go out and support each other as much as possible. Unfortunately, I think there was another event that day, so a lot of people were split between events, and some were at Barbie's and some were elsewhere. But Barbie had a good turnout. She had a nice, cute Barbie set up. Of course, as usual, I came out cute in my pink tracksuit because it was too cold for me to wear no frack. I promise you, I left my house in a dress, and halfway, not even halfway, I think I got like 10 minutes down the road, I told that driver to turn back around because I need to go home and change. I had to take that off. Pink tracksuit. I was well dolly down. If you know me, you know I'm ever cute. I'm not going nowhere looking trashy. You're crazy. Dolly down as Dolly's daughter. Yeah, one dolly. But as y'all will see, my outfit was cute. Good turnout. We had performances from Digital Sham. We had Spawn D go up on stage. There was a good crowd of people. Crucial Diva. Some people were up on stage performing, and it was fun. The crowd overall was having fun. People were dancing. Unfortunately, it was just cold, so everybody was kind of like, hoo, 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 hoo. Other than that, it was a good time. I seen a lot of familiar faces. And yeah, I'm happy that everybody came to support Barbie. Barbie was beautiful, of course. She came out in a really cute dress and a little tutu-like dress. And she did have our blonde hair as normal, looking very beautiful, very youthful. Shout out to Barbie. And I will be at Victoria's Secret in February. So you guys look out for that. Make sure you guys are in attendance. Make sure you guys come out in your red and white. I think it's going to be red and white this year, or next year, I should say. And yeah, that's going to be in February of 2026. Who else was there? Oh, shout out to True Vibes, the MC of the night. He was a good people. He made sure he dealt with the artists, and he just was overall a good time as well. He's good at hosting. He's really good at what he does, getting the crowd engaged and talking, and overall just moving around and working the crowd. I like his energy. He has good energy. The only thing I will say is, unfortunately, the reason why I feel like Barbie's party didn't have such a big turnout as well is because she did drop the address really late. Like, I think she dropped it on the day of at 12 a.m. Honestly, promoters and hosts and whoever else is holding these events, I feel like sometimes dropping your location or that to be announced thing is what hinders you guys sometimes from having such a big crowd and a big turnout. Like, in all truth and honesty, because sometimes people want to know where the party is so that they can plan ahead of time, so that they can figure out how far they need to go, whether they're going to be driving or if they're carpooling, or whether they can make it to that event, whether they're coming from work or somewhere else. And when you drop the address so late, it makes it difficult to do that, or it just kind of turns people off from your event. Like, you know, like I live in Scarborough. If you drop a party in Brampton, you say you're having a party and I'm anticipating it, and then you drop the address and it's in Brampton, I'm gonna be like, I don't want to go there no more. In all truth, that's just the truth. Like, it is what it is. I'm not really feeling that. So to be honest, I understand the bad mind thing. Like, people sometimes will go and bad mind the venue or try to salt the thing, but you have to believe in the power of God. What God bless you with, no man can take you from you. So yeah, I don't know. The whole dropping the venue thing on the day of or the day before, it's really annoying. We got to get better as a crowd of people, because when we go, this is obviously, it falls on us too. When we go to venues, we're not acting right. We got to take accountability. We're smoking in people's place. We're drinking, fighting, gonna beat. Like, it's too much. It's too much. We need to be cohesive. We need to work with the promoters, and the promoters need to work with us. That being said, if you say an event starts at a certain time, please start it at that time. I shouldn't, as somebody that's always late, I shouldn't be showing up at an event thinking I'm late and the event's just beginning. What's the disconnect? Even though I'm not mad at it, but at the same time, I'm like, You get me? Like, I thought I was fashionably late, but this is bad. But yeah, that was Barbie's party. Promoters do better in that sense. Try to get the venues out to the people beforehand, because this last minute thing is too much. And support who supports you. Support people not just because you know them or whatever, but because it's your purpose to support and uplift one another and show people love. And sometimes you might support people and they're not supporting you right away, but give it some time. Give it some time. And believe in God. Walk and believe, because like I said, who God bless, no man can curse. Next is, last but not least, oh no, I don't think it's my last topic actually, but this weekend that just passed. What did I do on Friday? I don't remember. But anyway, Saturday, Bounty Killa concert. Beep, 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 beep. Bounty Killa was back in Toronto after almost 20 years. Them ban the boss, but him come back again like Freddy versus Jason. He was back again. Yes. And it was a good time. Honestly, I got to the show thinking I was late. I think I got there around like 7:30. When I got to the show, I guess a few people performed, but I didn't miss the main acts, which was Mr. Killa, Baby Sham, Dexter Daps, and of course Bounty Killa. I was there in time for all of that. And child, the first person that I caught, I think I got there right when Baby Sham went on the stage. Honestly, I think he had the best performance of the night. His outfit was cute. It was different. I liked it. And he owned the stage. He was interacting with the crowd. The crowd was giving him back energy. And you could see that dynamic. After Baby Sham, I believe it was Mr. Killa, the Trini artist. He did a little soca. He was good, honestly, getting people moving and stuff. But again, Toronto, I looked left, I looked right, I looked left, I looked right. Uno turn up boring. It's almost like when they're like, even when Nikki Hype and I forgot who the next MC was on stage, they're like, Toronto! The people started like this. Like a 1-2 people are like boop, 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 singing and stuff, but people were on mute. Like I even found myself telling random people like, you guys are so boring. Cause I was dancing. I'm not gonna lie, of course I had my phone out, but I also had to be mindful and not be a hypocrite to put my phone away and really just enjoy the moment. And that's what I was there doing. I was trying to just enjoy the moment and have a good time with the people that I was with, which is exactly what happened. So I caught Baby Sham, I caught Mr. Killa. Next came out Dexter Daps. I'ma say Dexter go on with some things. I don't know, Dexter, like, I think he's honestly so handsome, but there's like a disconnect, like this over sexual. Maybe the older ladies like it, but me, it's just like, it's like, okay. It's like, I just feel like he's being fake freaky, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even feel like he's really that freaky. Like, I just feel like it's so pretend and forced. I hate it. But overall, he had a good performance. He had the dancers come out. Shout out to the dancers. Apparently, they're from Toronto. They came out. They did their big one for all stage show, like all of the stage, all the acts that came out. They were dancing. They had their routines on point. The girls looked good. And it was a blast. And of course, to end the show, Bounty Killa came out and the crowd went wild. Okay? When we say phone, people, like people were like, the crowd was in one place. Bounty Killa came out and it's like everybody took 10 steps forward because I just felt like it just got tight. It just got tight. Like everybody moved closer to the stage. But I had a great time. I seen so many people I knew. Bounty Killa came out. He killed his set. He performed so many hits, his classics. Unfortunately, he didn't get to perform everybody's favorite because I believe that's what got him banned from Canada. But we didn't get to hear no boom, bye, and yeah, let me start. That's Buju. Oh. Oopsie. Okay, well, anyways, he came out, he killed his set. He performed a lot of hits. I think that this concert was for an older crowd, and I want to say the older crowd looked like they were enjoying themselves. The more mature crowd looked like they were enjoying themselves. Everybody's parents that came out to the show looked like they were having a great time. You know, I seen so many families, parents, people with their parents, you know, couples. And I love the diversity of my city. I seen black, I seen brown, I seen Chinese, I seen so many different type of people coming out to support the boss and really welcome him back to the city. And that was a great time overall. I want to address one more thing at the Bounty Killa concert two things. But at the concert, I want to address something. The concert was winding down. And as the concert was winding down, I want to say something to anyone watching this. If you know me, if you don't know me, I'm saying this to you now, don't come to me with no nonsense. Because I have very limited, I might seem like I'm nice and I'm jovial, because I can be. You get me? It's a choice. I choose to be that way. But I'm also very ignorant. And I am very hot-headed. And I will lose it in an instant. Don't come to me with no nonsense, because any long talking, I'm not on that. I don't do long talking. If you know me, you know me. And if you don't know me, nice to meet you. Now you do. You know something about me. Go and tell the people that. But yeah, so the concert's winding down. A man really came over with his girl talking about, earlier his girl walked by and somebody pushed her and they didn't apologize. Bro, time and place. Time and place. You're at a concert with thousands of people. It's ram. It's not like there's seats. It's not like there's sections. It's ram. People are just freestanding. Do not be ridiculous, bro. If someone pushed you or somebody brushed you or somebody might have stepped on your foot, it's not the time or place to be starting an argument or be ready to fight. Especially at such a joyous event where we're celebrating something so big and we're coming together as a culture, as a people. Be mindful that you're amongst people and everybody's somewhere trying to have a good time, and your ignorance and your issues are not at the top of the pile of problems right now. I'm sorry. People's feet hurt. There's a bunch of other problems. Nobody has time for your ignorance. You understand me? So honestly, shout out to those people. You guys were really lucky that day, because I was being patient and I was being kind. Had it been anywhere else, I would have brushed that. I'm not into no long talking with nobody. Do not approach me with no nonsense. I'm not with it. I'm not that girl. The smile you see when I'm smiling and I'm having a good time, it's me choosing to have a good time and smile with y'all. That will be wrapped up in an instant. So yeah, that happened. A man came over and tried to page the people I was with, talking about, someone brushed his girl and da-da-da-da-da. He had it on him. And I had to turn to my people and be like, yo, please don't even argue with this guy, because I will brush this girl right now and I don't even care what you guys do to him at that point. But because we're at this setting and we're having a good time, I told myself I was having a good day today. I'm not about to do that. And I wish more people would think like that and would really think in the moment, because it would save a lot of people. And I say all that to say I can do that because I know myself. If you're watching my snap today and you've seen my message, it's important to know yourself, bro. Know yourself. You think knowing your opponent is good? You think studying people is good? It's not. Know yourself. Know yourself. When you know yourself, it'll save you a lot of problems. It'll save you a lot of issues. I know myself, and I know that I'm not taking no L about no gal. No gal nah beat me. So, true say I knew myself, and I know that I'll take things too far. I just decided to walk off and leave it alone. And I think that the both of them could see the ignorance in my face, because when they first came over, I was kind of just quiet and watching what was going on. And then I was like, yo, what's the issue? And then they try to tell me what the issue was, and I had to be like, yeah, I'm not with that. You guys shut up. Leave that. Like, nah, you're really coming over here to start a problem? Beat it. And the man looked like he was vexed, but he looked in my face and he must have seen I was really serious. And him and his girl just left, because time and place, bro. Time and place. So yeah. That was the Bounty Killa concert. That being said, let's address something. I seen everybody upset the other day on social media, on Instagram. True say, Bounty Killa went and gave Holly Roy a gift of $1,000 for her son's passing. I do want to talk about Jahvai Roy. I want to say his name. If you did not know the young boy's name that passed away the other day in his home, helping his sick mother, passed away in his home due to a stray bullet coming through their window, 8 years old. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, because I don't have any younger siblings, but I do have godchildren. I do have cousins, you know, and I couldn't imagine. I wouldn't even know. I don't even know how Holly, Miss Roy, was able to be standing and talking to people and outside and just, I don't even know how she's doing it. God knows that she's strong, and I'm so happy that she has people around her that love her and love Jahvai, and people that are supporting them and showing them kindness at this time. About the Bounty Killa donation, honestly and truly, I feel like any amount of dollar given to somebody in their time of need is good. And I feel like it's hypocritical for anyone to come online and talk about how much he gave, knowing that they were not donating themselves, knowing that they were not contributing, knowing that they weren't doing anything but being warriors online. You understand me? I can say this because, funny enough, like I said, I don't know how I end up places sometimes. I was in the West End the other day and I was just walking down. I don't even know what I was doing. I went to Tim Hortons and I said, you know what? I'm going to go check my brethren. And I'm calling this girl and she's not answering, but I'm like, I'm just going to walk to her house from where I am. And I'm walking and I look over to my left and I'm seeing, or my right, and I'm seeing police. And I'm seeing a crowd of people. And I look and I'm like, oh. And it clicked. I'm at the memorial for this young boy, this young man. And instead of just walking on by, I ended up staying out there for a couple of hours. I think I was out there for like an hour and a half, just out there watching them set up and seeing the multitude of people, supporters coming to show their love and pay their respects to this young man and to his family. I seen a man smudging, so I realized that they are Native and I understand the cultural importance of this. But I did have the chance to see Miss Roy, Holly, and to give her my condolences, not only from myself, but on behalf of Scarborough. I apologized on behalf of Scarborough because we also lost someone in my neighborhood just last year. And he was a bit older, you know, he was actually 16. But it hurts all the same. Gun violence affects our communities all the same. It hurts. And we're still reeling from it. And I couldn't imagine what she's going through because it's her son, her 8-year-old son with his whole life ahead of him. Imagine you're a parent, you have your child's whole future, you're seeing all the great things they can do and you want to see them do great things and someone comes and takes their life in an instant. A senseless act of violence. I'm calling on the city, bro. I'm calling on everybody to really think, to stop and think. I'm talking to the youth, I'm talking to the adults, I'm talking to the mothers, I'm talking to the fathers, I'm talking to everybody to just stop and think. You know, don't wait till it happens to you to think. Put yourself in someone else's shoes and think before you go out and you commit a stupid crime, before you go out and do something that's going to affect lives, not just one life, lives. Because people have mothers, sisters, brothers, dads, aunties, uncles, people that care about them. And when you're going out and taking people's lives, it's a ripple effect. It doesn't just stop there. You understand me? You took someone's life, but you also took them from people. And people are going to be hurting for the rest of their lives. You don't understand what you're putting people through. So I'm calling on the city to just make better decisions. I'm calling on our community leaders to start talking to the youth, you know, encouraging them to make better choices. There are so many other options for them outside of the streets. I'm calling on people in the community to step up. I know it's a lot to bear. I know it's a lot to take on, but you can do it. We can do it. Shout out to Germs over in Village, who's stepped up and has taken back his community. You understand me? A shout out to the people that are making that initiative to really talk to the youth, reach out to the youth, to give them their time. The people that genuinely care about their communities, because it's not just about going around repping your neighborhood and yeah, my block this and gang that. What are you doing for your community? How are you helping your community? How are you putting on for your community in a positive light? That's what matters at the end of the day. This gang violence and this community violence, this neighborhood versus this neighborhood, none of that matters. When the government says to come pack it up, you got to go. You do not own that land. You understand me? Stop that nonsense now. Like, we got to grow up. And to the youth, to the people that are saying, oh, they're just kids, or to the youth that think that this is all fun and games, bro, you're only getting older. They are only getting older. We are only getting older. Life only goes forward. There's never going back. And if you're not stopping to think in the moment or even beforehand how what you're going to do or what you're about to do or what you're thinking is to do is going to affect not only you, but everybody around you and the people that you're doing the things to and how it's going to affect them. You're only thinking in the moment about yourself, your pain, your hurt, your vengeance. You're going to suffer in the end. You're going to suffer more than anybody. Yeah, this person's going to suffer and these people are going to suffer, but what a man sing? Murderer. So yeah. Shout out to Bounty Killer for that donation. Shout out to Jahvai Roy. Shout out to everybody that was there. Shout out to Olivia Chow. I did see her pull up, showing love, showing her support. But I'm also calling on her too. How are we going to get these youth out of the streets, Olivia Chow? How are we going to help the community? Things like social assistance. How are we helping people? You know? All the programs that we had, Rookie Ball, Take Back 13, Boys and Girls Club, these things have seemed to dried up. Where's the funding? And if there is funding, we need to step up and look into it and get it back into our communities. I'm even looking into doing something for my community because my community means something to me. And that's why I'm even doing this cast, you know? My show, my platform, I hope to use it to better people, to help lift up people, to encourage people to do better, to do more. You understand me? To do more and be more. That's my goal. And I hope that I can use my platform, my time, my energy to put it into good things. As much as I might be an ignorant person, I'm also very smart and I need to use that, you understand me? To balance each other out. We all go through trials and tribulations, you understand me? We're all a little angry. We all grew up a little rough, but it is what it is. And God gives his toughest soldiers their toughest battles, I promise you. So you wouldn't be where you are right now if God didn't have a plan and a purpose for you. And I trust and believe God has a plan and a purpose for each and every one of us. If you're here now watching this, God has a plan and a purpose for you. And don't let the pressure change you. Don't let it define you. And don't let it shake you or scare you away from going for your goals. You understand me? Don't let the pressure get you and set you off from your purpose. Stop letting the world talk to you and control you and trying to live up to the hype. So yeah, shout out to Bounty Killer. Shout out to Jahvai's family. There's so much love there. I could feel it. Shout out to Jahvai Roy. My condolences again. And shout out to Toronto. As much as we have our cons, there are so many pros. And this summer was a great summer for me. You know, I can't complain. I'm happy to have my life. I'm happy to be here. And I wish we could say the same for others that weren't fortunate enough to make it to this day, to today. But we give God thanks and we move with knowledge and with power. So shout out to everyone that tuned in today. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Tell me how you guys feel. Talk to me. Where do you guys want to see me next? What should I do? Where should I go? What do you guys want to hear me talk about? Let me know and stay tuned. I got some other heat coming for y'all. Shout out to the Manum Show. Shout out to Crownum Show. Shout out to Seagull Entertainment. Shout out to Bugsy. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram and Snapchat. Sorry for the break. I'm going to be more consistent and you guys are going to see me wherever. But yeah, tap in. Thank you guys. Mwah. And shout out to the GTV network.